Good, man? It's your boy Siege the Beat Bully, and in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys tips and secrets on how to find samples for hip hop beats. So, right away, I'm gonna get into a few tools and different things that you can use to find, songs that you can use for your hip hop beats, for samples and stuff like that. And I just want to let y'all know I've been doing this since the year 2000, and a lot has changed since then. When I first started making beats, in order to find samples, we would have to do it the old-fashioned way, where basically I'd have to go to a record store and dig, for vinyls, or basically shop for CDs and stuff like that. And then sometimes you try to go off the instinct where you might spend $100, what I'm saying, and maybe just find one sample or no samples at all, what I'm saying. But things have changed a lot, and I think this is a great era to be a producer in, because you have all the tools right in front of you, and you don't have to spend money like you used to have to before. And this is the reason why, like, on a lot of my sample hip-hop beat videos on YouTube, I have a lot of dudes hitting me up asking me for the name of my samples. So instead of giving you guys the name of my samples, I decided to put this together and show you how to actually find your own samples and be creative and develop your own sound in sampling. So right away, first thing you want to do is use Google. That's gonna be, number one, Google. And the beautiful thing with Google is, say for example, you find an artist that you really like. I'll go with one of my favorite soul artists, Al Green. Just gonna type in Al Green. Boom. And you can go to Wikipedia. And in Wikipedia, you know what I'm saying, you can do kind of a family tree thing. And on Wikipedia, it's gonna tell you basically all of his albums, you know what I'm saying, artists that he's worked with, and stuff like that. And what I would do is, say I jump on the Wikipedia, and his producer is William Bell. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in William Bell, go through his discography, and also search for artists that he might have produced. So, and basically what you do with that is you're finding new material, and it's kind of the same sound, you know what I'm saying. So you'll develop your own sound by dealing with the producers of certain groups, and you'll notice they might use the same instruments or the same style. And when you're sampling that, people can hear that, and it's kind of your own custom sound, even though you're sampling. So that's one way right there, Wikipedia and Google. And this is my absolute favorite, YouTube. YouTube is a beautiful thing, man, because you can go on YouTube and say you typing in you can type in soul samples, rare soul samples. Now, when you type in soul samples, there's a lot of different vinyl collectors who have uploaded their whole collection, you know what I'm saying, to YouTube. And the way I use it, you know what I'm saying, you can either subscribe to a lot of good, a lot of good uploaders, but like for me, I try to get the best possible quality audio file that I possibly can. So what I would do is I'll go over here to my text edit. By the way, I'm on a MacBook, and I would just keep typing in the names of the artists and the songs that I'll find through sampling. And I don't have to spend money on it, you know what I'm saying. And then what I would do is, once I find that sample I want, I would jump on either iTunes, or I would jump on Amazon.com, or blogs, you know what I'm saying. A lot of the blogs have been shut down though, but you know, where the links are dead and stuff like that. But still, it's a great resource. And that's another resource, is blog sites. But anyway, another thing about it is, if you go on YouTube and say, you know, you got this sample right here, the Masqueraders, I'm just an average guy, and you can't find it anywhere else, well, you can go over to this app. Pretty sure this will work on Windows too. YouTube to MP3 converter. Boom. And it's as simple as copying the link from the actual song. Just type it in, copy paste, convert video, boom, download, and that's basically it. It'll go right into your download folder, and you can drag it into iTunes or your DAW, whether it be Logic, Fruity Loops, you know what I'm saying, MPC, whatever it is you're using, and you can use it directly through there. So basically, you know, it's gotten a lot easier, and you know, these are just a couple of methods. I'm gonna get into the last method that I use to basically find my samples online, and here's something called Last.fm, and here's something that's called Last.fm. And basically with this, say I type in here's another one of my favorite soul artists that I like to sample, Marvin Gaye. Boom. Type in Marvin Gaye. Now what you can do is you can search for artists who are similar to Marvin Gaye, who have basically that same kind of sound and feel. And if you click over here at similar artists, it's gonna show you Curtis Mayfield, The Temptations, Al Green, and you know, basically there's a vast you know, amount of artists and amount of songs that you can find online. So and you can go and you know, type the artist name on YouTube, and you will have their whole, you know, the majority of their library or a lot of their library right in front of you, and you know, and give you access to that without you having to physically pay for these records or go out and, you know, spend time digging. And you know, basically that's it, man, for today. You know, like I said, I'm hoping that this will motivate you guys and inspire you guys, instead of, you know what I'm saying, trying to sample what somebody else sampled, to go out and find your own samples. Even though there's a good chance, you know what I'm saying, anything you do sample will be used by somebody else. I mean, you know, there's thousands of producers out there who are sampling, and you know, but definitely, like for me, I try to find the rarest, and you know what I'm saying, and best samples that I can find where nobody hasn't heard yet, or it's not popular, you know what I'm saying. So if you guys found this video useful, just don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And you know, if I get enough feedback or whatever, you know, I'll do some more videos like this. So it's your boy C's the Beat Bully, signing off. Peace.